All right, so this is just for fun, believe me. And mathematics is the bedrock of life in my own anthem, and you know that our own Almighty God uses mathematics to create the universe. So, and you know that without mathematics, life would be so boring. So, mathematics for life, mathematics for life. So now, today I just want to bring to you one of the most basic explanation of mathematical proof you'll ever hear, right? So this I actually composed this somewhere last month, and this light-hearted essay makes mathematical proofs accessible and fun, right? It really inspires math enthusiasts like me and you, mathematician, to learn and then love proof writing, right? And especially for students that will be taking abstract algebra and real analysis coming semester, they'll really value or know the relevant aspect of proof. Right now, generally we know that mathematical concepts can be grouped into four main categories. Right, we have definitions, examples, theorems, and then the proofs as the end. Right, so now we all know that, or we know that proofs provide a logical framework for verifying the authenticity of a theorem, right? So using definitions and examples, we will be able to bring out or write a proof, right? So how does this mathematical proof look like? Now, on some other day, I will introduce this subject by defining a mathematical proof and then providing a brief history about the origins of mathematical proofs. All right, so now allow me to assume that it is so trivial, right? It is trivial to allow me to assume that it is trivial, and it is your assignment to find out what these proofs are, right? No, now what I will do is to give a simple case of application of mathematical proofs, right? So now let's kick a start, right? So let's consider a simple proof, but before that, note the following carefully. And let's have fun, right? So one, all analysis in this scenario are purposely for fun. So that is rule number one. Two, the scenario is only one case of a much broader theorem of economic goods. Right, that is two. And then three, the sign that we always use, the greater than sign, this greater than sign, right, as used in economics, shows what revealed preferences, right? So for example, when we say that A is greater than B, right, then it means that A is revealed preferred to what? B, right? So let's name that equation what? Or let that be 3, or point number 3, right? So let's start now. Let's begin with a theorem, right? So the theorem states that the theorem that we are going to use, let's assume that good name or good name and riches be two desirable what attributes, or two desirable what characteristics. Then for all levels of what riches, good name with riches is what better than what good name only. Let me take the theorem again. Let good name and riches be two desirable what attributes or characteristics. Then we have to know that for all levels of what riches, good name with riches is better than good name only, right? So now we have our proof at hand. Let's we have our theorem at hand. Let's look at how we can prove it, right? So now, by definition, we know that good name is positive, right? And without loss of note on the previous one, we know that, or we have that, good name should be greater than 0. So if good name is greater than 0, then that one should be named as what? Equation 4, right? Now, for any level of what? Riches, for any level of riches is what? Desirable. For any level, riches is what? Desirable. And then positive, that's riches should be greater than 0. We agree with that. Now let's consider a steady state where, or given by, good name should be equal to good name, right? So if we consider a steady state where good name is equal to good name, then that one should be named as what? Equation 6. Now adding riches to one side, say left hand side of equation 6, then we have good name plus riches should be greater than good name, right? Good name plus riches should be greater than good name. Now this is true since equation 4, right, and equation 5 hold. This is true since equation 4 and equation 5 what? Hold. Now also, since both good name and riches are economic goods, then more of each will be what? Preferred to less. And from equation 3, good name with riches is preferred, right, or better than good name only. So thereby we can say that we have completed the proof, or we've completed the proof, right? So now that is how a mathematical proof looks like. Now it uses definitions, examples to verify theorems, right? So let's take a remark on note 2, right? The analysis that we made is just a simple case of the theorem which state that x1 and x2 are two economic goods, right? Then the assumption of a combination of what? These two goods will yield a higher satisfaction than the consumption of only one, right? So let me take the remark again. The analysis is just a simple what? Case of the theorem which state that S1 and S2 are two economic goods. Now then we can say that the consumption of a combination of these two goods, let's say pure water and bread, are two economic goods, then the consumption of these two goods will yield a higher satisfaction than the consumption of only one. So let's say you consume pure water and bread. You are better than someone who consumes only pure water or only bread. So that is what we mean over here. So that theorem that we have been writing, S1 and S2 are two economic goods, then the consumption of a combination of these two goods will yield a higher satisfaction than the consumption of only one. So this brings to the conclusion that riches, or good name plus riches, is greater than or is better than good name only. So we have to be rich and we have to have good name as well. So don't just be rich, but have good name in addition, and that makes you a good person, right? Don't get your hopes too high, because I've already told you that mathematical proofs can be something else. Cheers and have a good time. Bye.